Senior weather impact meteorologist Chris Bianchi joins us now. And Chris, March temperatures just blew the records out of the water.
Kim and Phil, I can see some of you at home just going like, oh, cool. Here's Chris going to tell us about how hot it was. Again, here's another record again. And just as a reminder, we need to blame Phil for this because all this has happened as soon as Phil moved here a few months ago. But on a serious note, this is probably the number that stands out the most in terms of what we've seen so far this winter. So our average statewide temperature for the month of March, for the entire month, again, this is from Sterling to Durango, everywhere in between, 46.8 degrees. That was 13.1 degrees above average across the entire state for the entire month of March. That's wild. Not only is this our hottest March on record, it was our hottest March on record by 4 degrees. And here, I think, is the best way to do it, right, is to show it to you. This is statewide temperature averages. Notice it's, again, some oscillation in there. And there it is. That, I'm only 5'9". I'm trying to jump up there. There you go. You go way above me. That right up there, that is the March we just had. And hopefully that puts into perspective just how wildly warm it was. If that doesn't do it for you, here's another way to look at it. These are our warmest Marches on record, more than 4 degrees above the average previous warmest March on record. The other thing I'll say is this being 13.1 degrees above average, that is our highest temperature anomaly, right? Highest difference from average we've ever recorded, and records go back to 1895 for any month of the year in this state of Colorado. So final thing I'll leave you with is why it was so warm. Just as a bit of a reminder, it was that historic heat wave we had at the end of the month. But what stood out about that heat wave was it wasn't just for a day or two. Sometimes we can get these spikes into the 80s. This lasted for about 10 to 14 days through the back half of the month of March, and that is really owing to that persistent ridge of high pressure, likely a product of not only our La Nina, that's probably the primary driver here, is the La Nina weather conditions that kind of created that, but also, of course, our warming climate, taking this warmth and making it a bit more extreme, and, Kim and Phil, more likely as well.
Yeah, when you show it like that, it really is kind of shocking. And people are, you can be annoyed by it, you can love it, but when you look at it like that, something's happening, right?
When I have to jump up.
Yeah.
And again, part of
that was my favorite part of it,
to be honest, but I have to jump up to go reach it. That's obviously an indicator.